While it is best to prevent the consumption of houseplants, sometimes curiosity gets the better of all of us. So for plants that are accidentally eaten, the following are considered non-toxic and safe for humans as well as pets. They may, however, cause some mild discomfort to anybody who takes a bite. Succulents come in many varieties. Their thick, fleshy leaves retain water, which makes it great so you don't have to water them almost ever. Make sure they dry out thoroughly between water. They like bright light and come in a lot of varieties. There are soils made specifically for succulents and cactus, which ensure that the soil drains well. I would recommend you trying to use those. It makes it easier on yourself. One variety of succulent that is particularly kid and pet friendly is Echeveria. It comes in fuzzy leaves, flat leaves, a number of different tones of green. As an added bonus, they will on occasion flower, which is awfully nice. Other varieties of succulent that are safe include Christmas cactus, donkey tail sedum, and aeoniums. Next up, we have African violets. They are long-lived, easy-care plants. They like bright light and cool temperature. Their beautiful fuzzy leaves will produce lovely flowers several times a year. The leaves can be damaged by water, so the best thing to do is to water them from the bottom. They like to be moist but never soggy, and they don't like to dry out. Next up, we have ferns. There are many, many varieties of ferns. Boston fern, of which this is a teeny tiny variety, at maturity will have lovely, long, elegant fronds. They like medium light, but will tolerate lower light if need be. They like humidity, so please let them dry out. Many people like to mist their ferns, which is terrific, but always remember that misting does not take the place of actually watering the plant. Another fern that you might want to think about is the bird's nest fern. Their broad leaves can be flat, curly, or wavy. They like medium light, and they don't like to dry out between waterings. It is best to remember to water the soil in the pot and not the intersection of the leaves when you're watering the plant. Now we have orchids. These are commonly known as moth orchids. In the trade, we call them Phalaenopsis orchids. They like bright indirect light, and they do not like to have temperatures below 60 degrees. It is best to try to pot them in a potting mix that is specially formulated for orchids. It will allow the plant to drain properly and retain the right amount of moisture. There are also commercially available orchid pots which have holes in the sides. These holes allow the roots to escape and find air, which is what their natural growing environment really is. To water them, fill the sink with tepid water, put the plant in, let it soak for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then again, let them drain and put them back in their pots. And finally, we have palms. Of all the varieties of palms, there are two that are particularly safe. This is a small version of a parlor palm or a Neanthibella palm. At this size, it's great for a desktop or tabletop plant. They like medium to bright light. Let them dry down a bit before you water them again, maybe 2 or 3 inches in your pot. At maturity, this plant should be about 4 to 5 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet broad. And this is a Majesty palm. Majesty palms, as you can see, have very large, elegant fronds. They like medium to low light, actually, and these should never be allowed to dry out. They like to be moist, but not wet. At maturity, a Majesty palm can reach about 10 feet, but don't be alarmed, they're very slow growers, so probably won't outgrow your space very quickly. And And these are some of the plants that you should consider if you're concerned about your children or your pets munching away.